Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The audio and pictures and videos that you saw is of an incident that took place in a downtown Kingston, where it is confirmed, man in the picture that you see went on a mission to rob a lady. He was assaulting that lady while in the commission of the robbery. When he was spotted by a plainclothes policeman that pelted him a couple of times, looked like he was hit up in the lower leg and definitely in the back or in the chest, based on the red that I saw in the pictures. It seems as if that caliber of bullet broke his leg, or maybe he was hit multiple times in that bone in the leg and it was obviously broken. So the audio that you heard was of him begging people to help him, help him, help him. What about the victim that you were robbing? You did not know that it was going to turn out that way. You did not anticipate that. But like them say, man a plan and God a wipe out. Now people usually downtown, whenever them find any source of thief, that thief would be beaten severely by the crowd of people. They would have definitely mobbed him. But I've come to the realization that it seems as if thieving is acceptable because a lot of these people come from the same era. A lot of these people know the known thieves that are in downtown that is robbing people on a daily basis. So sometimes them see and blind, ear and deaf, and sometimes person are even afraid of these criminal elements. It is only a shame that in this instance, the police could not have whole court, meaning being the judge, the jury, and most importantly, the executioner, take him out of there. That is what he deserves. No source of help. They should have let him BLEED out on the spot, point blank and period.
Shooting right outside the container. The girl dead. And the guy when come with get shot and gone to hospital. Alright. Don't look good at all. Now we're not safe anymore.
So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on the audio or the video that you just saw at the start of this. It's of an incident, actually, double shooting that took place in a St. Elizabeth, in which bar operator, bartender, known as Latisha, she was taken out pretty much dead on the spot, rushed to the hospital, pronounced. This is Latisha's picture on the screen as I speak. However, you heard the man of the video say an ex-man or a man was also taken into the hospital. A man was taken to the hospital. This is the actual individual that you see on the screen as I speak. Now, people, I don't like to stereotype. I don't like to guess and spell. However, being somebody that is highly educated and very streetwise, I can pick out a criminal element whenever I see them. And this man does not look like the type of person that would be gainfully employed at any sort of corporate entity. He looks like the typical chopper. Him look like the typical criminal element. Tag pan jeans, purple of course, designer this, designer that, designer chain, designer watch. But watch this. A lot of these people, them have different lifestyle from the legitimate lifestyle. They dibble and dabble in a criminal activity. However, them call themselves cha-cha boy. They go to these bars and them buy out the bar and them win over the hearts of a lot of these bartenders. Call themselves Dolly, Bottle Girl, whatever you want to call it. Always there on social media and a post, such as the case in Alati. And nothing is wrong with that. That is legal. However, whenever you entangle in a dirty bungle, whatever that bungle is involved with, it might come back and haunt you. Especially if persons like this, the man lived, the man is present in the hospital, don't know if he has been released since. However, he lived Lottie did not stand a chance. Lottie was not swift on the foot. This man get corn, but him run, so he did not get multiple corn. Based on the information that I got, it is said that when them shot her and she fall, they then went over her and gave her multiple. More than likely, this man was a target. More than likely, this man and Lottie involved in a something. So you know the cliche script, if them can't catch Quaco, them are going to catch him shot, him pants, him shoes, and whenever them catch them, they are going to put them on the line, meaning flat line, point blank, and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we know that Jamaica is celebrating its Easter weekend. Good Friday and then Monday a holiday again. So you know that whenever there's Easter, there's always going to be bun and cheese, and even more, there's going to be a lot of bun without cheese. A lot of people are going to be cheating because they are going to be out drinking, and whenever you drink, you kind of get horny and thirsty. It is scientifically proven. However, my point is that along with the bun, there's going to be a lot of dead people on the road because of these maniacs who are naturally stupid, naturally impatient, especially whenever they are influenced by J. Ray and Neville. So I'm going to let you hear from the ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Police, that is in charge of traffic enforcement. I'm going to let you hear from Dr. Lucian Jones, that is also a part of the Traffic Enforcement Authority. And I am going to let you hear from your Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, as to them warning people be very safe on these roads for the holiday and afterwards. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
So the threshold at the moment, as the law says, is 35 micrograms of alcohol per 100 milliliters of bread. As a matter of fact, it is important to note that in cases of crashes, if you are not above the limit, any number that is on it that may contribute to impairment and an eventual crash, that can be used and should be used in evidence in any court of law. And so we are concentrating on using these on our main roads and our highways to complement what we are doing. We believe that it will be very significant in terms of what we are able to do.
We are giving notice to the public that we are in that process of considering what the threshold should be, and the threshold is probably going to go closer to zero.
People need to understand, don't drink and drive. You can crash and die or kill somebody else. And the police are aware and are equipped and will be more equipped to detect drink driving. So people need to be very cautious and don't drink and drive.
So people, you heard what the ACP said. They'll be out monitoring the roads, looking for drunk driver, looking for persons that are under the influence, that are breaking the road code, especially if you get any sorts of accidents. Now, when you think about the fact that all of those breathalyzer test machines, all 100 of them, were donated by United Nations, that means Jamaica, with all the problems that they have, 400 persons to 500 persons, losing them life on an annual basis. A lot of it is because of under the influence. The next question we have to ask, so when they pull over these people and test them, what is going to happen when they are found that they are over the threshold for drinking alcohol? The police force hardly have vans, vehicles, cars to monitor the road. So each time them stop somebody that is drunk or in a crash, what am I going to tell them? Say, just go and lay down on the roadside. When we finish with shift, we'll take you into the jail. My point is that 9-day talk, them not think it through. It's all a bunch of knee-jerk reaction. Now, people, you and I know that these people don't hear. You and I know that we've been celebrating Easter for a very long time, at least 5 or 6 decades or so. And every year, especially lately, it has gotten significantly worse and worse. So we hear the police I give them a warning. We hear Dr. Lucian Jones I give them a warning. You hear the Prime Minister say, maybe we need to bring down the threshold of what is considered drunk or not, take it to zero. My advice to the Prime Minister, which is obviously ill-advised, kind of ignorance. So I say this to say that you cannot just bring it down to zero. That threshold is set by international bodies, scientists and people that come to a conclusion. This is what somebody that is impaired, this is what is the scale, or this is what is going to be read on the machine. Just to make the Prime Minister know. So people like me, I say, be very careful out there for the Easter. We know say people are going to get burned, and we know say people are going to be dead in point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, we see that the JCF has been batting 100%. Sending people 6'6", especially if you're a part of the Sevens gang that operates from out of Waltham. 2 days, 2 suspects, one of them Punal, known as Trackstar, he was taken out on Wednesday at Content Avenue, that is in Waltham, I think. Based on information, it is said that the police went on a warrant of death specifically. They came under fire, shoot out like them always say. After the smoke clear, Mr. Trackstar, he was not swift enough. He was swiftly sent to the afterlife. That was on Wednesday. Fast forward on Thursday, in a place known as Upper St. Andrew, rural St. Andrew. It is said that 24-year-old Kirk Hamilton, he was taken out. He is known as Sugar. He got a very bitter, not so sweet ending. Same thing, police went on a warrant of death again, came under fire, returned fire after the smoke clear. Sugar was bitterly gone to the afterlife, fatally taken out. In both instances, they found one with a 9mm couple rounds, next one with a .38 revolver with the next couple of rounds. However, they were knocked out, both of them, in the final round or the last round that they played. So based on information, it is said that these 2 individuals are part of the 7 gang. Mr. Punal being second in charge, the gang is run by his family member that lives overseas. They are responsible for multiple pie-up, multiple people losing their life, specifically 4 persons one time in a St. Andrew that lost their life in a quadruple. Now people, based on the recent history, the resume of the police, it seems as if them come to the conclusion, again, like I've always said, that these judges have these criminals going in and out like a revolving door. However, the police realize that, listen, we have to put a stoppage to this, put a stoppage to these people hard. No longer are we going to take them to court and let the court fumble the ball and let them back out. It is like a cat and mouse game. We're tired of that. We're going to put a conclusion. We're going to send them 6'6", meaning the 7 gangs. 3 point is going to be gone. Such is the case in this case. I say this to say that if you are a part of this gang and you know that you are wanted for the police, please to change your folly ways. Contact the police in the presence of your lawyer, or your preacher, or your pastor, or your obia man, and give in yourself. The moral of the story is that you will definitely be taken out. It is written, so it is in the beginning. You are going to meet your end, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based off the picture that you see on the screen as I speak. It is said that this young lady, somebody sent me the picture, sent me the information. However, they fail to send any pertinent information as to what is her name, which part she come from. They only sent information that she was last seen in a sovereign that is in Portmore. People, most of the time when we look at these young girls at these ages, some of them, I am not saying that that is the case in this case. Them grow up, them kick up too fast, them end up a man yard. So because them can't tell the parents that them have a boyfriend or them have a man friend, especially if it's a minibus driver or a conductor, I whop them, then them just go missing for a couple of days. However, the sad thing is that the same people that send the information, when them finally come back home after they went and did their deeds. So my point is that nobody usually contacts you as a blogger afterwards. But don't get it twisted. I would rather for her to leave and they are maniac, even though she's probably not responsible enough, than to hear that it goes way, way left. People take her away and fling her in a bush. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a triple shooting that took place at an intersection along Olympic Way. It is said that a 14-year-old known on the streets as TT, she was whapped up in the head. She went to the hospital, however, she was pronounced not so very good. 2 other persons were also taken to the hospital. They are undergoing treatment, surgery, whatever the case is right now. Based on information, it is said that this is because of some top of the road versus bottom of the road, side of the road, gang feuds. That has been going on for a very, very long time. Just like a volcano, it gets dormant for a couple of days and then it flares back up once again. More than likely, based on what residents are saying, this is a reprisal in its truest sense. I want you to take a look to what a resident of the area had to say as it pertains to what might have been the motive. And then I'll give my piece.
It's a thing on and off because even my nephew father, him son they get shot. But me no remember fella out as some ways him they get shot. But a regular thing, Mall Road area, a regular thing happen. This area, shoot by, drive by, shooting and things like that. A regular, but it kind of toned down. But like this, it seems like it's a reprisal thing.
Now, people, have you realized how casual persons are? How they have actually normalized reprisal, gang shooting. All of these persons were just standing by a stall. Then a group of men roll up, blaze up the place, take for themselves after the smoke clear. TT was the most injured one. TT did not make it. TT was sent to the afterlife. I am assuming at age 14, TT has nothing to do with any sorts of gang, no involvements. Whether she is guilty by association, if you lay with the enemy or you're in the enemy territory, then you also go in that enemy territory. Maybe that is a rule of thumb. But me just say, these people, when them roll up on the spot, once they are looking for one enemy, and that enemy is in a group of people, thousands of people, including old lady, baby, granny, whomever. It seems as if any or everybody can get it. It is called collateral damage, casualty of war. Anything goes. Hopefully, when the police come for them and everybody goes, nobody have any sorts of problem, no sorts of tire refrigerator on the road, no sorts of protests, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.